All right, guys. So my name is Dontavious Hill, three-time Team USA high jumper, five-time NCAA All-American, currently coaching high school athletes. And who am I speaking with today?
Noah Caldwell. I'm a freshman out of the Austin area.
Mhm.
And Noah's mom, Michelle.
All right. Well, Noah, Michelle, thank you guys for hopping on the call today. So Noah, just want to ask, so what was your high jump PR, kind of before reaching out to me and, kind of taking in some of my knowledge?
Before reaching out, it was 5'10".
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
where are you now?
I'm at 6'4".
Okay, so you've improved by 6 inches.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how is that? Like, how does that feel to know like you jumped 6 inches higher since, being 5'10"?
It feels great. It feels really good. Yeah, because I don't have a whole lot of coaching at my school, so being able to hop online and find some good information, good videos, and being able to get a 6-inch PR this season was feels good.
That's awesome. Miss Michelle, what have you kind of seen from him in his journey?
It was pretty exciting. Come to find out that like Noah's an athletic kiddo. I think he tries a lot of things. He's usually pretty good at the things that he tries. But high jump is something totally new to us. That's not something that we're really familiar with. And found out that my dad was a high jumper in high school, and so was his dad's dad. So I guess it runs in the family, but he was at that 5'10" mark for a good little while, and, when he finally PR'd beyond the 5'10", we were super excited, and then that same meet, it was like
Yeah,
boom, 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 like, once he got it, he just really got it. It was super exciting.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's so great to hear. It's always good to get a PR, but it's even better to get like a double PR or a triple PR,
Yep.
you know.
yeah.
So Noah, like, what has that kind of done for you? Like being able to go from 5'10" to 6'4" now, like how has that kind of affected you, whether that's in school, whether that's in track, have you made it to state? What has happened?
So, being a freshman, I was gonna be on our JV team, and then our senior high jumper at my school, he like failed a class and he wasn't able to play. So they bumped me up to varsity, and I went to my area meet, and well, I went to district first, and I got second in district on varsity, and then I went to area, and I got fifth in area. And throughout the season, I had gotten as soon as I got 6 foot. I PR'd right over 5'10". I had been pretty consistent. Right around the 6'2" mark, I got 6'4" once. So after that, it kind of boosted my confidence, being able to know like that I can compete at a varsity level. It was a fun experience being a freshman, making it to area, going on a little road trip, and it was fun. It felt good.
That's awesome. And mom, like, what was that experience for you? Like to see him kind of go further in the sport. I know you said he was stuck at the 5'10" for a while
Mhm.
and see him break out, he talks about going to area and competing and getting an opportunity. Like, what did that mean for you?
It's just always good to see your kids compete and succeed, and also I've seen his mindset really, like, instead of being down on himself about being stuck, it's like, "It's okay, I'm gonna get there eventually." And then when he did PR, just feeling really confident about himself, and then, of course, once he PR'd, then it was like, "Well, I've already got my PR, so let's just go for 6'2", and then he got that, and then 6'4". It was super exciting. It just so happened too that our daughter that's out of state for college was there, so it was fun for all of us to get to be there to support him. Um, but I think being a freshman, there's a lot of pressure to like show up and show out a little bit, and so it's just been fun. It's been fun to watch.
Oh yeah, that's great to hear. He's really good as a freshman. He's probably for sure one of the top freshmen in the state with the 6'4" mark. Do you know what you're ranked right now, Noah?
Yes, sir. So I'm tied for number one freshman in 5A for Texas.
That is awesome. That's awesome to hear. Um, did you already know that, or did you like look it up? Like, what?
So I had never been on like Athletic Net or like Mile Split, like looking up there. And I remember coming home from that meet. I said, surely 6'4", like that's pretty good for a freshman. So I hopped on there and I loaded up my stuff and I was searching. I remember at school, like I went to school the next day and I was like kind of curious. And yeah, I set it up for 5A Texas freshman. And yeah, I was tied for number one. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
pretty
So,
cool. So the 6'4" too happened at a practice meet, so he was jumping with some of his JV friends, and so it's just, like, the vibe was a little bit different, maybe
Mhm.
a little bit more relaxed, and again, we just kinda don't know what we don't know. Our coaches are amazing, they do their best, but there's just not a whole lot of high jump coaching available, so, yeah, it was really cool to see that he would be competitive at that level.
Oh yeah, and with him jumping 6'4" right now, like he's on track to definitely be in scholarship range by the time he graduates. Um, I actually so when I was in high school, I jumped 6'3" as a junior in high school, and I didn't get into scholarship range until I was a senior, jumping, opening at 6'6", and eventually going 7 feet, right? So him being 4 or 5 years younger than me, like jumping 6'4", which that's really good, right? You should really pat yourself on the back, Noah and Mom. You should be happy for him. It's so great to see. I do want to ask, so what are your goals now, Noah? Like, what are your goals for the rest of this season?
So for the rest of the season, I'm about to go into my summer break. I'm really trying to get some coaching and just PR over the summer, have some confidence going into the next school year. Maybe do some track with my friends over the summer, get into a team with them. But yeah, PR, have some confidence going into the next season and just see what I can do.
Okay, that's great. Speaking of PR, and like I know you're gonna be a sophomore next year. What about by the end of your senior year? Like, is college a goal for you? Like competing in college, getting a
Yeah,
scholarship?
yeah, definitely. I really have watched like some of your vlogs, like the college vlogs, going to some meets, and it just looks fun. Like that looks like something I really want to do. And I know that I could. I know that after my senior year, I really want to be around the 7 foot mark and be able to go to a school and compete.
Oh yeah, like you're definitely on track to do so. So as long as you just keep going and keep competing, and mom keeps supporting you, like you're gonna get there eventually, right? And speaking of just my vlogs and things, like college track and field, it's very fun. Like it's really lax compared to a lot of
Yeah.
other sports. Like I don't know, have you played football and basketball as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, Mom, I'm sure you know, like football and basketball is a whole lot more stressful, on the kids, period. It's just so much more, I don't want to say expectation, but it's so much more structure, I would say, versus when you're just out there high jumping, it's just you out there jumping.
Yeah.
Versus in those other sports, someone has to get you the ball, someone has to do this and do that. And it's just so much, right? So in track and field, you get this opportunity to just really be free almost and really just, be yourself and go out there and just do your best within yourself, which makes the sport so great. I know you talk about Noah eventually getting to college and competing. Mom, I want to ask, so what would that mean for you to see Noah eventually go to college and compete?
Oh man. Well, like I said, he's just an athletic kiddo. He's tried so many different sports and I see a fire in him when it comes to track that um it's just different. It feels different. So I think it would be amazing to get to go and watch him compete at that level and see what he can do. Um he's also really driven student, so I think that he would be a perfect candidate for a lot of different colleges to be a student athlete. Um yeah, it would be great. It would be really cool.
That's awesome. Do you have a dream school, Noah?
Um, I mean, Arkansas, I love the campus. So my sister's in Arkansas. The campus is great. I like the
Mhm.
feeling. And I know they have that high jumper up there. He's great. So that and really besides Arkansas, I don't know. My other sister's going to UT Austin and so I think UT Austin and Arkansas because my sisters are there and I just like know both of them. But yeah, besides that, I really don't have a dream school. Anybody that would give me the opportunity to go compete and I could go. That's really my dream school. Is just be able to go compete anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's a great mindset to have. When I was in high school, I was like, oh, I want to go to the SEC or I
Mhm.
want to go D1. I wasn't necessarily thinking like, just really give me an opportunity, right? And I feel like that's a really great mindset to have, especially at 14, 15 years old. Definitely keep that mindset. I'm sure mom kind of instilled some of that in you as well, just
Yeah.
being humble and
Mm.
just accepting where you are and being able to do what you can. Um, But yeah, I did want to ask a little bit more about your journey. I know we kind of talked about you being at 5'10" and being at 6'4". What were kind of the roadblocks and things you had to go through on the way to that 6'4"? What was holding you back to get to where you are now?
Um, my mindset was one of them. So in 8th grade, our school record was 5'10", and I tied it. And I remember just kind of being scared to go any higher than that. I remember the meet that I got 5'10", and I was looking at 6 foot, and it just felt like it was kind of daunting, and I didn't even jump it. I scratched on all of them just by crossing the plane, or I didn't get a good jump in at any of them. So I think going into my freshman year, because that was one of the last meets, the roadblock for me was really the mental roadblock and just being kind of scared to go any higher than I'd never done before. And then physically, I think my getting my hips up was like a big part. I would clear it. I'd be over it. And my hips would just be sagging a little bit. And I mean, I would always just barely touch the bar and I would scratch. So I think physically it was getting my hips up, getting a good approach, and then mentally just being able to attempt a higher height than I had never done before.
Oh yeah, that's
Mm.
that's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Yes, sir.
I know you reached out to me and you told me it's like, hey, like after reaching out, I went from 5'4", 5'10" to 6'4", right?
Mhm.
I do want to ask, so what was like one of the main things you kind of took away just from some of the coaching slash advice or
Mhm.
anything that I kind of gave you, like that actually helped you get to where
Yeah.
you.
I'd say the mindset, like really being optimistic, kind of attacking the bar, having just an open mindset, being able to like have some confidence. And then another one would be like your approach, having a good fast approach cadence. I just watched that cadence video that was posted not that long ago. Um, I'd say those, and then really the mindset. Just having some confidence and going to get it, and you never done it before. Just going after it.
Oh yeah, confidence is a really big part of the sport. Like high jump is so mental.
Hmm.
I know when I was younger, like when I was 14, 15, like I wasn't very confident as a
Hmm.
kid, and I got more and more confident as I got older, as I
Yeah.
started to get a little better. Miss Michelle, what have you kind of seen from him mentally, just improving confidence wise in the sport?
Well, like you said, that 5'10", felt like such a huge hurdle for him once he got it. We were watching and he would like go on his approach and not even attempt it. And I'm sure he's going to look back at the videos we took and like, Mom and Dad, you can't do that in the background because we were like, oh, like just try at least. If
Yeah.
you're going to fail, fail big. Don't reach out and touch the mat. Don't break that plane. Like, just go for it. Even if it's
Hmm.
terrible, at least you tried, right?
Yeah.
And I think he got frustrated with himself. He put so much pressure on himself to beat the record. Then like I said, once he finally when he got to high school, the 5'10" was like consistent. That was every meet, 5'10", 5'10". Um, and when he finally was able to break past that, and I don't know, he's matured a little bit too, so, his outlook is like, "I didn't do it this time, but I know I'm gonna get it eventually," right? It wasn't like this, "Man, that was really terrible," and letting himself sit in that for too long, which was really cool to see too, just the
Yeah.
maturity in that. Um yeah, it's been so fun. I love it, and
Yeah.
I love getting to see him celebrate his wins and be okay with the failures because the failures build your wins. Um, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. That's so great to hear. That's exactly why I do what I do, right? Being able to show the youth and the younger athletes that your failures are what eventually get you to your success, right? And that's really why I post. Sometimes I post my misses, the
Mhm.
meets where I won't do so well, just to show that I'm a human too, right? Regardless of how good some people may make themselves seem on camera, at the end of the day, they're humans and they make mistakes as well, right? But yeah, Miss Michelle and Noah, that's everything I have for you guys. Thank y'all for hopping on an interview today.
It was so good to talk to you. We really appreciate you taking time to chat with us today.
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all. If you're the parent of a high school high jumper and you have an athlete who is struggling in a sport, whether they're struggling with their mindset and their confidence and facing a mental block, or they just want to get a new personal best in the high jump and maybe eventually even earn a scholarship, Well, I recommend you guys book a call with me down below, and we're gonna hop on a Zoom call where we can critique your athlete's high jump film, and I'll see where they can make their best improvements to actually get better, right? And if you guys wanna move forward from there, I'll walk you through my process called the High Jump Blueprint, which is a plan where we implement all the techniques and strategies I've learned over the years that can help your athlete actually succeed, right? And these strategies are not a guess, they're not an anomaly. They have been replicated time and time again with hundreds of athletes, right? So if you want to be a part of this, book a call with me down below and we can get right to it.